welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about the things that follow after you file for your authority. I'm not going to get into how you file the authority. It's self-explanatory. If you go through it, it shows you everything that you need. But what you have to pick for your authority when you're filing for your authority, I believe it is, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and look it up real quick for you, so y'all, so y'all have it, But I believe it is, so when you do when you file for your authority, you have 21 days for it to be active. But it won't go active without, without doing, some of this, steps. The application itself is just the beginning of the whole process, but that will, for it to go active, you have to do other stuff too. So on the operation classifications, you're going to pick the authorized for hire. That's the one you're going to have to pick. Courier operation, that's going to be interstate. Cargo carried, that's going to be general freight. So if you don't have, those, things picked, if you're trying to do Amazon, I don't think it will actually allow you to, to do the application for Amazon Relay. So you definitely have to have authorized for hire and general freight. You could pick, different stuff for the cargo carried. I'm not too sure. I only picked general freight. It has other different stuff depending on what kind of loads you're trying to get into. That's going to be on you. But those are like the three, required things. I'm not going to say required, but those are the things that you're going to need for your MCS 150 application, which is filing for your authority. So after that, you have to have your insurance ready. And a lot of people have been asking how to get insurance without a truck. There's ways to do it. I'm not sure how to really go about it, but we have talked about it in some of the the previous videos that I made. And people commenting on how to do it. There was ways that people can do it. So that information you're not going to get from me, because I don't know how it works. So I'm not just going to tell you what to do, because I haven't gone through that. I'm going to tell you what I've been through. That's the only thing I could pass on to you. So in my situation, I already had my insurance for the truck already, but for you, if you're trying to purchase the truck in that 21 days, or maybe I don't know. Most people, when they go and find insurance, they want to, start the insurance on maybe the second week into filing for your authority. So you have 21 days. Let's say day 15. That's when you go out and seek for insurance. Why is that? You're not going to be able to run, before your authority comes out after that, before the 21 days. So day 15, most people will want to go and file for insurance, whatever, look for insurance. After you get your insurance, if you look at the Amazon requirements, that's the insurance that you're going to have to get. Again, the insurance, is going to be different for everybody. I've been stressing that, that issue in all my videos. So I can't tell you how much you're going to pay, right, for your insurance. I pay $10,800 for the year. Break that down into monthly. My situation, it was different. Again, it's just gonna be different for everybody, every state, every your driving record, your credit, whatever it is that they look into. That's gonna be different. So I can't give you numbers on that. I went with Progressive for insurance. So with that being said, before that day 21, you have to call your insurance, and they have to actually do something on the FMCSA website where they endorse you to say that you have insurance. So that you could do maybe day 18, you know. Truth be told, I spent a whole, well, not for that. For that, it was straightforward, but I actually had to pay for them to, to do that, do those 2 endorsements. So I have 2 endorsements from my insurance. That's the MCS 90, MCS 90. I also have the hazmat endorsement from my insurance. So I have 2. So I had to pay $30 each, which was, $60 for both of them. So that's that. You're gonna have to do your BOC3. That you could do anytime. So you could, I did it maybe the second week, into filing for my authority. That you could choose. You go, if once you file for your authority, they'll show you a bunch of companies that can do the the BOC3 for you. You can't do it yourself. I mean, the information you put in is simple, easy. Whatever you have, that's what you're going to put in. It's nothing out the norm. So for that, I paid $39. A lot of people, depending on who you went with, some people paid $100, some people paid $25. You have to, just do your research and pick a company that you're gonna, that you not say trust, but that a company that's been in business for a while. So, the company I went with, they've been in business since '92. The BOC3 is, it just tells, I'm not too sure what it really is, but it's just designation of agents for service of process. I don't even know, but I think it has something to do with just showing. Truth be told, I'm not too sure, but you have to have it. So I paid $39 for that. If that company goes out of business or whatever, they close their whatever, you're gonna have to file for this again. This is something you just have to do once. But if that company goes out of business or they close their doors, you're gonna have to do it again. So just make sure when you're looking, there's so many of them, so many new companies out there that are doing the BOC3s. Just make sure that the company you're looking for has been in business for a while, and hopefully they'll stay in business. All right. So another thing you're gonna have to file is your UCR registration. That just tells. It's called the Unified Carrier Registration. That just tells how many trucks you have. So that one cost me $59 again. Well, $60.62 with tax. So with this whole process and with the whole applications, blah 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 blah, like I said in my last video, the only 2 things that we're gonna pay that's gonna be the same is the $300 for your application for your authority, and the UCR, which is $59 plus tax. That's the only 2 things that we probably will pay. That's the same, but everything else is gonna be different. So that's that. That's what it is. That's what you need to do for your MC to go active. Insurance, call your insurance, let them do the MCS 90 endorsements. You probably just need that. You don't need the hazmat, just depending on what you're trying to get into. I just did it just to be, if they have something that, then I'll be fine. So MCS 90, the BOC3, and the UCR, and you are good to go. You don't need all the other stuff people be asking. This is not a semi truck. This is just based on having a box truck that's 26,000 pounds or less. This is my folder. This will stay in the truck. So I have my insurance. Hopefully by Friday we go to the DMV. We'll have our registration and we'll put it in. I have my insurance in here. I have my endorsements from my my insurance company. I have my certificate of just saying that when my MC was approved, and service date January 27th. I have that in here. I have the BOC3 in here. I have my UCR, certificate in here, and I also have my medical examiner's certificate. That's the physical that you have to do. It's form MCSA 5876, but it's just a physical that you have to do for to stay compliant, I guess. Then I have my warranty card in here, information. If I break down, in case I'm not driving the truck, somebody breaks down, they know what to do. They know what number to call. They can't just take it to any other shop. They have to call this number. They get the tow truck from them. They tell them where to take the truck. So that's all in here. So the last thing that's missing in here is the registration, and this folder will be staying in the truck. All the stuff that I have in my folder, I also have it just to keep home. So every form that I have in my folder, I have in here, plus more. I didn't have to put everything in there, but yeah. So that's what you need. This stays in the truck. You have the same copies at home. That stays in the house, just in case this goes missing. You have backup. Other than that, that's what it takes for your MC to go active. Yeah, again, I'm not gonna get into how to do the whole application. So I've been seeing a lot of comments too with the trying to apply for Amazon Relay. If you don't have that authorized for hire, then Amazon is not gonna, that application will not even go through. So you make sure that you have the authorized for hire on your authority application. So operation classifications, authorized for hire, carrier operations, interstate, that's for the MC, I guess. The cargo carried, that you'll need to have general freight. It can't be household goods. I don't know. It can't. It just have to be just general. General is whatever. You could put anything else in there. There's a whole lot of lists that you could put: chemicals, beverages, paper products, utility, whatever, meats, coal, U.S. mail, fresh produce, whatever it is. But I just have that general freight in there. So make sure you have those three things. With the Amazon Relay application, if you don't have that, straightened out, you won't even pass the first part of that application where you have to put your MC and your US DOT number. If that's not matching with what they need, then that whole application is not even going to go through. A lot of people will stop at the insurance part where it's going to ask you to put your insurance. It's very tricky. I don't even know how I did it. I think my fiance ended up doing it for me, and somehow it just worked. And, I submitted the application. So once you do the application for Amazon, it takes about 4 days. The day you do your application, the next day you might get an email from the company that verifies your insurance, and they'll become pretty much they'll monitor your insurance to see if any changes. So once you go through that whole insurance, you're gonna have to call your insurance again and tell your insurance to put that company as your certificate holder, something like that. I spent a whole day with my insurance just trying to do that whole process, because the first the paperwork they had first sent to them wasn't the right, it was the old policy that I had, so it wasn't the current policy. So yeah, I spent a whole day just trying to get that whole situation taken care of. And also, when they make sure that when your insurance sends the your declaration form for insurance to that company, make sure they're also sending it to your email, so you check what make sure this for them. Make sure that they're sending it to your email, so you just double check to see that they send the right information to the company that's going to verify your insurance. So if I had not done that, my Amazon application probably would have not gone through, because they had the 750 on that old policy instead of the 1 million. I had just changed it the day before, so the declaration form that they had sent was the old one. They had to do it manually, but the second time they sent it to them, it was a whole wrong policy number on their totally different name, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's not my company on there. So that was the second time. The third time, that's when they got everything right. But that whole process was just trying to make sure that they were sending the right information to that company. It took me a whole day. You feel me? Like, it took me a whole day. So just make sure that when they do send that information to that company, they also sending you a copy to your email, so you just verify to see if that's the right information they sending. Because that, if once that goes to Amazon and that's not the requirements they looking for, your application is going to be denied, and it's going to take longer for you to even get accepted later on, because of that. So make sure that you're doing everything right the first time. Amazon is just one of those companies that you can't just call anybody, just to talk to on the phone. Like, everything is just automated, and it's so annoying at times. So just make sure when you're doing it the first time, you're doing it right, so you don't have to go through the hiccups. But yes, so that's it. That's all you're gonna need, for your MC to be active, and the Amazon application. So again, thank you for rocking with me. I'm just gonna try my best. I used to be doing these videos every other day, but just time right now is kind of limited. So I'm gonna try to do my best to post maybe at least 1 or 2 videos a week. I mean, just to keep you updated, Friday, 2 more days, then we go and do the paperwork for the registration. Hopefully we'll get tags on Friday, and we're gonna take the truck out for a test drive. I don't want to just jump into booking loads, because it's been sitting for about a month and a half, 2 now. So I want to make sure that everything is running good, and nothing is leaking. Remember that leakage, that what is it, that coolant. So I want to make sure that that's not leaking when you drive the truck. So we definitely run the truck for a day just to see if everything is working right. Then we'll start booking loads from there. But yeah, man, thank you for watching. Appreciate the comments. I like this going back and forth where you got anybody got questions. I hope hopefully I reply to everybody. But yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Hopefully the next video will be driving the truck. All right, be safe out there.